Sunday shop, do 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 do. Sunday shop, do 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 do. Sunday shop, do 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 do. Hello, hello, hello to both people who are currently watching. Hopefully, some more people will show up relatively shortly. Oh, there's another. Oh, else if you remember, stubby Siggy out first, Sharpe. I always end up with smoke drifting everywhere. So, how is everyone? I hope everyone had a good week. Wonderful fishy week, modelly week, depending on who we are. Hello's New England Endler. Yes, so hope everyone did have a good week. Mine has been a bit of an interesting one, hence changes ahead. Yes, I'm looking rather pink. That's just because I've got the curtains shut because the sun is shining directly in the back door. Not my back door, the sun never shines there. And it was just going to white out the screen completely and make me look even more ghost-like than usual. It's that time of year, unfortunately, where the sun comes out in the UK. It gets all horrible and hot and bring back the rain and the cloud. Evening, Aaron. So we'll start with what's been going on in the fishy room this week, as that's what we normally start out with. Not a lot. So no deaths, always a good thing to report. Hello, Lisa. So, well, I mean, breeding wise, the two, let's just call them killifish. I can say the Latin name, but it just sounds posh. They've been getting rather frisky. And today, we cleared out a bunch more bristlenosies. 25, so not that many. We also got to 30 cribs as well, which means I do now have an empty tank and I can split things around and maneuver stuff about. Quite surprised I got £1 per crib, so that was a bonus. I was expecting 50p. Thank you very much for enjoying the little horror story, ghost story, whichever you want to call it. I tried not to make it at all scary because it's not scary. I lived it. Yeah, I think a little bit more work in future. Nerd! Howdy, Jason. Lovely to see your little Epistos breeding in the shop. Hello, lovely Marit. How are you, my dear? Dave, yeah, Dave is fine. She's still up in her tank up there, putting on weight. Currently oming on the heater. Gradually picking up and just generally improving. Bertie's got a belly full of eggs, which is something I'm thinking about. Now, while I was in the fish shop today, selling my cribs and bristlenoses, I'm doing okay, mate. I've got some interesting news later that I probably should have told you earlier, but there's still a lot going on in my head. Yeah, well, happy birthday anyway, Aaron. Yes, so basically what the guy who buys the fish in told me is, yeah, we'll take all the ancestrous bristlenoses you can produce. Okay, yeah, be prepared. And also shrimp. So what I'm thinking is if I find my female longfin super red ginger, male longfin super red, I can pop them into, yeah, this is where people are going to hate me. Pop those two into the 10 gallon and use that to breed those in. Then I can stick big old Bertie girl here back in with Spotty, and I can produce bristlenoses by the hundreds. And the other one was shrimp. They said, yeah, we can never get hold of enough shrimp. So yeah, there are thoughts whirring around in here about how I can improve, maybe expand, and hopefully breed more and make more money. Hello, Lynn. Long time no see. Thanks for the hugs. Yeah, so there are thoughts, but I've got other things to think about first before I get too deep into that. The other thing that happened this week, and I won't go into details here because I'm trying to be professional, is I handed my notice in at work. So does mean I'm going to have to find a new job because I doubt I can breed enough bristlenoses and shrimp to make enough money to live on, but hey, it's a dream. Hello, Undertaker. How are you? So yeah, that is pretty much where we're at this week. That's pretty much what's happened. I sold some fish and quit my job. Congratulations, Lisa. The cloudlets are doing well, I take it. See, there you go. Marit's advice, and you're a minnow mama. Yes. So that is pretty much all that's been occurring this week. Guessing some of you may have watched the video I put up this week. Selling bristlenose shrimp and meth. Yeah, I try and stay away from the hard drugs these days, hey Jason. Yeah, a lot of thinking, and it's yeah, that's the reason, part of, if not. Yeah, Jason, if you were local to me, I'd be asking you for a job, buddy. Here's a job. I mean, I know enough to clean out tanks and scrape algae. That's about my limit. But yeah, we're on the Red Bull this week because squeeze the boss out of a few more pennies. Yeah, things are tough all over everywhere. Which is why I've been kind of thinking about maybe things that I can do for myself. Oh, thank you, Marit. Most people swear when they see me smile. Normally means something bad's about to happen. It's the good thing about wearing the mask, you see, people don't get to see. You can cover things up and lie with your eyes sometimes. Well, I can. Yeah, I mean, that is the problem with that, Aaron, is because where I'm sat for that, the camera is sat on top of a fish tank. I suppose I could turn those off. Oh, wow. Nah, not too risque. Just no pictures, Lisa. Yeah, the people that are doing better, Jason, they're the rich people. It would take a good few years before it filters back down to the likes of us mere mortals, us minimum wage slobs. Not that you are, but I am. Undertaker's got tadpoles. Good. I didn't get any tadpoles this year. I mean, I had tons of frog spawn, but the comet goldfish ate it all again. Hence, we have big fat comet goldfish in the pond. One of which managed to get out. Managed to get on top of the net somehow. I mean, it's way too big to fit through the holes in the net. I don't know how he managed it, but a certain ghost cat informed me that something was wrong. Went and had a look and popped him back in. So if there is, I'm going to say, not a new pet store opening up in town. A pet store has moved. So you never know. They might want someone, and they might be persuaded to start a fish department. you know, we'll see. All things to look into going forwards. I'll say if I make a little bit of money selling me fishies and get me pet shop license, then hopefully. I mean, I did think about the whole tank maintenance thing, but I really don't think there's enough fish tanks in Attleborough to make a living out of it. Which reminds me, I've got to buy a new gravel vac, more fish bags because I've run out, and some more safe. Hit me up, Jason. I say we're friends on Facebook, so send me a message if you want. I'm up for a chat. Unless you're looking at starting up a redfish bluefish UK shop, that I'm not your man for that. I'm your general grunt that goes around and cleans things and tells people about. I need to put DVDs. Yeah, I was thinking I could probably sell most of them. So that's only one of them there. There's another shelf to the other side of it. There's 2 shelves on the wall around here. There's 2 full carousels under the stairs, a couple of smaller ones, 3 smaller stands, and 2 disc gears full of discs. Now we're on the Red Bull this week because I went with meal deals, and the Red Bull is 20p more than the Mega Monster, and you know what? That comes out of the boss's profits. So yeah, basically I bought 2 £3 meal deals and saved £7.30. Yeah, so I paid £6 instead of £13.30. And plus the Red Bull's cold because it's been in the fridge and it's a rather warm day here today. And yeah, eBay, yeah, if I could be bothered, I'll probably just Music Magpie, or is it DVD Mag? I can't remember which one it is, but yeah, just send them a box, check back or whatever, or take them into it. CEX, get like 10p for each one. Kind of like when I got the PlayStation 3. Yeah, I think I paid about £20 for my PlayStation 3. So I took that many old PS2 and Xbox One or original Xbox, or a 360. Mostly PS2 games. I took that many in. I pretty much got the console for nothing. And then on my way home, I sold the game that came with the console. Yeah, I know they're not worth much, but it's better than just chucking them straight in the bin. When you're cleaning the barbecue, sweaty lady. Oh, grubby and sweaty, just how I like you. Yeah, it's the undermoob sweat that gets me. That's just not pleasant. I'm used to the things a bit lower down being sweaty, but yeah, streaming's killed it. Yeah, I'm old-fashioned. I like to actually have an original to hold or throw at something or sell on. You know, it's all the people who download all their games. I'm like, well, what are you going to do when you're finished with it? You can't trade it in. You can't sell it. Exactly. I mean, I suppose if you bralers and adds lubrication, maybe. I don't know. Mine haven't dropped quite that far yet. Getting there. Subjects of conversation that never come up in anyone else's live stream about fish under boob sweat. Tout for the win. Yeah, I try and steer clear of any white powders. I don't want to go getting myself into trouble. I was building a winterized tank. And you have big yeah, true. I mean, if you want, I can always hold them up for you. Yeah, well, I was building a winterized Russian tank destroyer, assault gun, which means making it look all snowy, which means using white pigment, basically just like chalk dust almost. And I was doing the white pigmenting, and I sneezed because it's fine white dust. I managed to sneeze, and you can imagine the explosion of white powder that just ended up all over me. Then there's a knock at the door, and it was the police. And I answered the door in a black t-shirt covered in white powder. I was like, oh, bugger. No, officer, it's not what it looks like. Over the shoulder boulder holders. That's it, yes. Yeah, I wish. I never enjoyed those kind of drugs much. Didn't really do anything for me. I've never been one for being all energetic. I preferred the ones that just made me go, ugh, or sent me on a tour around the rim of the galaxy. They're fun. No, and I'm on mind-altering drugs at the moment, but those ones are legal. They were given to me by my doctor. God knows what would happen if I gave them to somebody who didn't have the same problems I do. Cool. Yes. So, any other fishy stuff going on this week? We have had some births. We've had more cherry shrimp give birth, so that's why I'm thinking about splitting them up a bit. It's not something that makes you ping pong about. Yeah, I'd rather just have a nap and then wake up and have the poo afterwards. It's just so much. Yeah, I never got the whole uppers bit. I was more into my more sideways stuff. Hey, Big Tank Hank. Yeah, I can't do the big arm pump. I ain't got biceps. Drug-free poos are the good poos. Yeah. Although, tip, if you got irritable bowel and loss of appetite, and you just at a case of, well, I know I need to eat something, but I don't really want to. What do I kind of fancy? Don't eat an entire bag of dry roasted peanuts. They ricochet badly. It's not a noise you want to hear at like 3 a.m. is peanuts rattling around. Thank you, Garrick. Maybe I've had a nice weekend. Yes. Smell weird. Getting a good waft. Monster Munch. Oh, yes. Monster Munch in Sandball, yes. Yeah, and I really don't. I honestly can't remember the last time I ate sweet corn, but it's months ago, so tells you what my digestive system's like. And on that rather nasty note, flaming hot. You see, I always preferred the roast beef Monster Munch. But then I do really enjoy Seabrook's crisps if you can get hold of them. Nom nom nom. I used to do a roasted garlic flavour, which tasted amazing the first time. It give you wind and you're burping green clouds for the next 3 hours. Yeah, that's a big no on both parts. I can deal with the gentleman's relish, but definitely not olives. Piccoloni's at Tony Tongue Blue, yep, and the Blackjack Sweets at Tony Tongue Black. Yeah, we're onto niche British crisps. I don't think they're available outside of Norfolk, pretty much. Pardon me. Yeah, so I don't do fruit or veg. I mean, everyone knows. Pretty much, I think everyone who works in any of the shops in town knows that if I buy courgettes, zucchinis, or cucumbers, I'm buying them for my fish. They're not for me. So I managed to lower the room temp from 30 to 29. Yeah. Dodgy Romanian Crisco. Yeah, they're good. They're good. Yes. Or the non-duty paid cigarettes, where you're pretty certain you are smoking dried camel dung. Yeah. Packaging's perfect. Looks right. You open it up. Right. Yeah, you go. Oh, geez, I've got another 199 of these to smoke. Oh, well. Mini heat wave. Yeah, it's definitely warm today. I shall definitely be sleeping downstairs. There's a couple of take a drag, listen at fizz on pop. Yeah, been there, done that. Like back in the old days of smoking resin, and you were never sure just how much boot polish you were smoking. Yeah, that tastes like Kiwi parade ground. Yeah, that's the good stuff. Yeah. Oh God. You get down to the tiny little mouse dropping at the end. Or Mexican Marlboro, isn't it? Oh yeah. I mean, I used to love it when I could get hold of American Marlboros because they're stronger than the UK ones. So yeah, and because soft pack is cool as well. So yeah, that's what I used to smoke. Hello, Priscilla. Lurking and doing the lunch. Hope all is well. Yeah, I can't grumble too much. No. Yeah. Well, hope you sell plenty, Jason. I'll speak to you later. And here's Anthony. Yo, yo, yo. Mofo. Yeah, sorry. Don't know where that came from. Channeling my inner gangster or whatever. Lurking what? Oh, well, there you go. Lurk while playing with X. Yay, play with the kiddos. Always fun. Lived in Oldham for a short while, winter and bleeding free. But if you're in Oldham, there's a blooming good new fish shop there, Fishman Aquatics. Tell Reese I sent you. Having a moment, I've had a moment for 45 years, Marriott. My entire life is a mad moment. Then sometimes I sleep for a while. Usually requiring strong drugs to achieve that, but you know, hopefully we can get past that now. Hopefully no more working late nights, because that's really not good. I think that's been part of the problem, working late, because I can't lay in late. I'm basically wake up when the sun comes up. So when you're not getting to bed till gone midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, and then the sun comes up 4:30. It's not good. Yorkshire Old and Blackpool, Stoke Miles, Rambler. Yeah, well, I mean, I'm originally Bishop Stortford. Well, technically, originally Stansted. Stansted, Sawbridgeworth, Stortford, Wyndham. No, Stortford. Cumbernauld, Wyndham, Carlton Road, Bunwell, Sproston, Beetham, Attleborough. So yeah, I've moved house a lot. Pammy, hello my dear. Pamilala or Pamela, depends. Have you had coffee yet? Glad I managed to catch the end of your stream this morning anyway. It was because I woke up silly early, but oops. Went to 9 primary school. Did you get kicked out of 8 of the primary schools, Aaron, or was that just your parents moving all over? So it's definitely still Pamela, like Dracula. Fuss is for the doggo. And anyone who's got doggos or putties or any furry friends that woken up by thunderstorm that sound like a war zone. Yeah, I know that feeling. Whereas I tend to, well, these days I get woken up by a ghost cat clambering into bed with me. Then I hear the thunder and I go, right, roll over and go back to sleep again. As soon as I hear the snurring beside me, I'm back asleep. Well, we did have an interesting afternoon this afternoon, myself and Mary. Aside from the usual Zach nudging our feet out of his way so we can get between our legs for a snooze. Hello, Kenny. How are you? Hope all is well with you, Daddy, and all your fishy friends. He said, like he sounds like he knows what he's talking about. Oh, me. But yeah, Shadow showed up a couple of times as well. Mary actually got to see the Shadow figure, which is cool, I guess. Again, not scary, nothing remotely frightening, just like looking and going, and then, hey, he or she, I haven't figured out which yet, came downstairs. I saw it come downstairs. It was stood in the porch area for a while, and Mary felt a couple of cold touches on her arm or her shoulder or whatever. Nothing nasty, not like freezing cold, just a bit chilly. And then I spotted him going back up the stairs. I went, there he goes. Mary looked up in time to disappear around the corner at the top of the stairs. Hello, Mike. How the devil are you? Hope all is well with you as well. So, yes, that's about where we are. I say, other than quitting work and selling some fish, that's been a pretty uneventful week, which is kind of how I like my weeks uneventful, even if it means I don't have much to talk about. I can soon waffle about random stuff for ages. Now I did buy one thing while I was selling my fish. got myself a green net to see if that makes any difference than the white ones for catching fishies. Because them bloody cribs are a nightmare to catch. Landlord's lady. Yep, most pubs have got something weird going on. The Green Dragon in Wyndham is particularly interesting. You know, a pub's interesting when it has a tunnel that leads to the Abbey, which is a couple of 100 yards away. Because, you know, monks used to like a drink. Then Henry VIII came along and abolished the monasteries. Yeah, priest holes. Yeah, lots of the houses around here have got them as well. I say lots of the houses, the big old houses. Yeah, there's yeah. So, oh dear, no, a glass cleaner, Aaron, glass cleaner. Got good wrist action on her though, our Lisa. Yeah. That's a yeah. Any other stream, you'd probably been kicked out for saying that. We used to polish glasses with an inch of out. They were having a good old sing, were they? Yeah, that was clean. Oh God, brass, no. Oh, bad flashbacks to teenage years. That was one of my jobs. Yeah, well, you're as big a perv as I am, Marriott, so you know. I mean, if you enjoy the rubbing action, yeah. But yeah, it was. Ketchup cleans it does, but no, it was yes, my foster mother had a wonderful collection of brass things that she loved. And they all had to be polished every week. Ugh. And then she discovered that you could polish the copper pipes and they would be nice and shiny as well. Yeah, joy. Yeah, black hands from all the brasso. Yeah, not good. Hence why I don't have anything that needs polishing. Hell, half the time I don't even bother dusting. Now you get to that point where you can do the dusting with a Hoover. The brasso one's on a cat badge. Oh, got a moth. Yeah. Yeah, I've got some metal polish somewhere. Can't remember the name. It's a good one. But old Marriott's anything but prude. Yeah, I can't remember what name it is. What make. But yeah, I used to use it for things that do need polishing, like Zippo lighters and stuff. No, it weren't brasso, it was a different kind. It was maybe auto saw, something like that. Back in the days when I used to use a Zippo lighter. And then always had to have a spare. Standard one of them around for when the Zippo either ran out of petrol or the flint went ping. So I thought, why do I always carry this thing around? And people always complaining that I stink of petrol. Why don't I just carry around the gas lighters? It don't matter if someone nicks it, because it's not worth any not worth anything. Somewhere around here, I've got an old World War One trench. World War One might be World War Two. Can't remember, but it's an old trench lighter, as it were. Got a Marlboro Zippo and a NASA Zippo. Yeah, but that's still a nice present, and there's something for you to polish. When you fancy polishing something and he's not in the mood, you can polish a Zippo. Now that's a euphemism. Come here, darling, polish me, Zippo. Oh, jeez. Oh, that's definitely a Tinder chat-up line, isn't it? My Zippo hasn't had a good polish in ages, but just not felt like doing it. Pretty much just there to hold my jeans up at the moment. It's not doing a very good job of that. Yeah, because I have lost quite a bit of weight recently, so I have to put belts on everything now. Damn it. But not enough weight that I can get back into the skinny clothes. So do I put some weight back on so that my normal clothes still fit? Or do I lose more weight so I can get into the old skinny clothes? I think I'll go for putting the weight back on. Oh, actually, that's reminded me. Just had Corey's live stream pop up. I actually watched his video yesterday. The one about, is your aquarium cycled? Ooh, summer tubbing, not hot tubbing. No. And yeah, that video is going to probably cause some hate, but I did thoroughly agree with everything he said about a tank being seasoned or matured rather than just being cycled, being two different things. Nobody has fun losing weight. No, exactly. I mean, it's not as difficult as some people make out. I'm a massive proponent of the ELM diet. ELMM. It's a superb diet. You can lose a lot of weight very quickly. It's called eat less, move more. And the more you do of each part of that, the more weight you lose. Surprisingly simple. You just need to have the willpower not to eat. That's the problem. Yeah, I think I did 3.5 months of 1,000 calories a day, and working full time, and then on my days off, going for long walks or bike rides. I'm saying in those 3.5 months, I go down to 11. Yeah, I basically lost 3.5 stone. So what's that? 14, 28, 42. Yeah, I basically lost 50 pounds in weight, or 25 kilos in 3.5 months. Yeah, when meds help you put on the weight, yeah, that does suck. I mean, thankfully, I say thankfully, but yeah, I just had a loss of appetite lately. I mean, no, with what's been going on in there. Oh yeah, I've got to the point now where some days I'll quite happily scarf my face Oh, nom, 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 nom. And nowadays, what I don't eat. Hang on. He's not round here, Priscilla. Exactly, that's the important thing, Lisa. You've got to have a bit of squidge about you. Because despite what people say, what the media might have us believe, the bits men like on women are the squidgy bits. Right? It's that simple. Oh dear, how could anyone ignore you, Priscilla? You have to give him a slap. Or stick his hand in the tank with that eel. That'll teach him. I mean, my belly does have its uses. I mean, it's quite good for resting things on. If I haven't got my t-shirt on, don't calm down, ladies. Yeah, right. It's not a good look. It looks like there's a ghost in the room, a particularly furry ghost. But yeah, sort of sat back in my armchair, having a ciggy, watching something on YouTube or whatever. Paying too much attention, don't notice the ash drops, and it just sits on the top of my belly. I just pick it up and drop it in the ashtray. Grim, I know, but hey. Well, I'm sure if you put your mind to it, you can do it, Marek. But as I said, cuddly and squidgy is always better. Stream aquarium co-op, yeah. Yeah, I really don't think Corey would go like hour and a half late, an hour later, just because I said so. Given the fact he's probably going to have well over 1,000 people watching his stream. Well, he used to. I don't know how about now, but healthier is the right word. Yeah, healthier. Because we all know people who are super skinny, but they aren't healthy. I mean, I'm definitely not healthy. I'm probably verging on having a heart attack most days, but you know, caffeine sees me through that. Mind you, oh, no, yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. This is the problem, because if you like chocolate, you like chocolate, and if you have any of it, you got to have the whole bar. So I found, I mean, thankfully, because I live on my own, no, it was easy for me to just not buy those kind of foods. It's not like I had to have them in the house for other people. Yeah. Corey definitely knows his stuff when it comes to fish and business. And speaking on a purely personal level, and anyone who shares my opinion is quite welcome to, or if they don't like it, they're welcome to that opinion as well. But in my opinion, he's kind of pushing the business a bit too much. Dialed that back a bit. But, you know, his business is all about profit at the end of the day. Sharpe for the win. I ain't going to ever win nothing. Maybe worst YouTube channel. Yeah, worst editing skills on YouTube. Yeah, that's the trophy I'd get. How do fish tropic? My idea of editing is to put my hand above across the camera lens when I'm moving the camera, so you don't see the mess on the floor or the fact there's a pile of dirty clothes there. Or stack of empty plates or something like that, you know. Yeah, nobody likes chocolate. We love it. Yeah, exactly, fish drop. Yeah, this is it. I hit record. My videos aren't really that much different to my live streams, except I know what I'm going to talk about with a video. Live streams I make up as I go along, as you probably tell. Oh, yeah, so that for me is the hardest thing, Lisa, is watching the videos back, you know, just to make sure that, you know, like there's no dodgy reflections or anything visible that really shouldn't be visible in a YouTube video. Although I do actually make some sense. Yeah, but yeah, it's the having to listen to my own voice, because I hear my voice now in my head and it sounds one way, then I hear it in a video and it sounds completely different, which is weird. And that's a lot of good done. Yeah, my thoughts are never straight. I just make it up as I go. If something occurs to me mid waffle, then I'll take that tangent or whatever. But yeah, 8 hours plus on a video. I don't spend that long on a video ever. And I might spend a while trying to think of something to do a video about. You know, like, oh Jesus Christ, what can I make a video about this week? What can I do? I don't really want to do another tank tour video, because I did one of them a couple of months ago and nothing's really changed. Quite regularly I'll come up with an idea and I think, oh yeah, I'll do that this week. And bloody Corey goes and does the same frigging video. Puts it out about a day before I do. I mean, I got this breeder box, filmed a video on it, and literally as I was in the middle of uploading the video, I got the update come up. Aquarium Co-op, this breeder box. Oh god damn it. Yeah, I'm going to get about 3 views. These are going to get about 30,000. Great. Yeah, just be yourself. That's the best thing. But yeah, so it's literally, I figure out what I'm going to do the video on. Then, depending on the subject, I might have a bit of a think about it. Then I just hit record and start talking. Wait a minute, stop. Yeah, I can't really do that fish tropic, because basically all the stuff I use is extremely toxic to humans and fish. So it's really not going to happen, I'm afraid. Plus, I mean, even if the products weren't toxic, the models I build, lots of sharp, sticky, outy bits and pointy bits, and it's just a recipe for fish either getting sick or getting injured. Yes, technically, but it's never really going to seal properly. Yeah, when the gaming videos record for a few hours, like a 30-minute video. Yeah, exactly. Whereas, I mean, it's like if you watch Paul, International Scale Model, if you watch his build series, he basically just starts the camera and he builds and does what he's doing. Then he comes back later, edits that down, and then does the voiceover. I've not tried fish tropic because I don't want to take the risk to kill my fin friends, especially not little Spazzy Boy there. Not so little Spazzy Boy, the monster. Yeah. You like your guppies, don't you? Oh, what are you munching at the moment? Hey? Oh, I'm seeing your eye glow. We've got the lights just right, have we? Yeah. Don't know if any of you saw that, but Spaz's eye glow came back, caught the light just right. When that happens, his eyes glow red. Which is kind of freaky the first time you notice it. You sat there, half awake. You look over at the tank and there's this pair of red eyes staring at you. Then you realise there's a little white smile and you go, oh, it's Spazzy. Yeah, I'll say it's just something that comes with practice. I've been doing this for years, so I've got used to waffling and rambling. I'm an extroverted introvert, if you understand. So I don't mind making a fool out of myself and everyone knowing about it, but I'd rather stay on my own if I could. Maybe after 8 beers, yeah. I mean, I'll say there are people that do. I mean, Mandy Zen Ginger, her videos are it's video, and then she types the words out on the screen. Am I astrology? No, I have no idea. I have no idea about astrology. I know about astronomy. Yeah. So the thing is, right? First video, you ain't got very many. I have no idea what a number 6 is. I mean, it's pretty close to my shoe size, but yeah, I'll say. I mean, my first video was literally I had a bunch of subscribers, like 20 odd. So I thought, oh, I better do like a video. People subscribe to me. I better have something to watch. So I just got my when you done a stream. I have no idea what astrology numbers are. I remember many moons ago. It must have been about 11. Where someone did my star chart, and all I remember them saying I was perverted. Oh, I'm not a pervert. Oh no, not like that. Oh, yeah. Yeah. So I mean, heck, if I could get on video, some of the things, video and audio, some of the things I see and hear around here, that'd blow people's minds. I mean, literally before, as I say, we saw Shadow earlier. He'd been about literally 2 minutes before I started the stream. He was walking around my bedroom. I'm the only person in the house, and I'm hearing footsteps come from my bedroom. Yeah. Don't bother me. It's only annoying when it wakes me up in the night, but he's kind of learned not to do that now. He gets sworn at. Yes, falling through the neighbour's fence and rose bushes just for a moon photo. It's just a 473ml Red Bull, what I call a daddy bull, because the mummy bull is a bit smaller, and then there's the baby bull, which is the normal size can. So it's baby bull, mummy bull, and daddy bull. Do. Every house is haunted. Yeah, pretty much. You just need to. I don't say need to. Yeah, occupied. Yeah, there's something there. Yeah, it's just whether you can zone in on it, whether you can feel it, see it, hear it, whatever, accept it. Don't bother me. I've lived in far more haunted houses than this one. This one is a shadow person that's followed me home. It's just, I'm guessing, just wanted somewhere quiet to stay. And that floofy boy. Well, there's no one's been murdered here or anything. Yeah. If you ever see me like enlarging my patio outside, there might be someone under it. But actually, I wonder how quickly bristlenose plecos could get rid of a body. Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, jails are definitely going to be haunted. The amount of negative vibes and deaths that occur there. Yes. And how Anthony's being nice. It's because he don't want to have his hands stuck in with that eel. Naughty eel biting your pinky. I guess it must have just looked tasty. Here's your finger. That's probably why I only got a slight nip off the Akara. Just tasted it with air. Whereas Spazzy just likes his strokes. He likes a good fuss and a belly rub. Yeah, I did think that, Anthony, but I didn't think it'd reach low enough into the water. Oh, little likes, big likes, dislikes, it all counts. As long as you don't get a huge amount more dislikes than you get likes, then YouTube just leaves you alone. Yeah, this is it. The times I'll watch something and people are completely freaking out, and you're like, why? Why are you freaking out? It was just some footsteps upstairs, or just a shadow person in the corner of the room. There's nothing to freak out about. There, just say hello. Yeah. Oh, hello. How are you? That's it. Just get on. Just get on with them. That's like in all my various experiences, I've had 2 that were malevolent. Yeah, they do. They're like, they're like, yeah, it's all right. It's nothing bad. Just chill. You can feel when it's something bad. Trust me on that one. One was as a kid, and that sent me running, but that was an old air raid shelter. So, yeah, World War II air raid shelter. We can guess what happened there. And the other was an old World War II Nissan hut that came off of an airbase. So again, we can pretty much guess what happened there. The rest of them, all ones in houses, I've never had an issue with. So I'm going to do more of the Norfolk ghost stories. I'm going to avoid any of the. I'm going to avoid the malevolent ones for a while anyway. As part of what I'm trying to do with those is to get people to understand that it's nothing to be scared of. Priscilla's cleaning the tanks with dangerous stuff in it. That's sensible. Yes, there's a. This is why I like my fishes. There's no one dangerous. Worst is going to happen is I'm going to get sucked on by a bristlenose, or maybe chewed a bit by a Bashir, bite you. Spaz. You get too distracted. Yes. Might shock when James decided to put his hand in his piranha tank while they were feeding. That was a bad idea. That was certainly an interesting photo. It's like, damn. That was one nip. Time we go to Yorkshire. Yeah. I've been many places that are haunted. Yeah. I know something that'd scare you, Priscilla. Knock on the door at 3 a.m. Me naked. That'd scare anyone. Oh yeah, guppies. Yeah, guppies and platies are great because the hair on your arm, they see like hair algae. So basically, when they're sort of nipping on you, they're trying to eat your hair. And given how hairy I am, I would get swarmed by guppies. And then I got that problem taken care of by a certain big boy, didn't I? Hey? Yeah, you giving me a smile. You showing me your toothy pegs. You should have a look at Spaz. Because he's always lovely to look at. Spaz is awesome. Oh, there he is. Let's see if we can get the glare off of him. No, sun's in the wrong direction. There we go. That's the most dangerous fish I keep. I don't know, the shillies have got pretty serious fangs on them, but they're so small I doubt they can open their mouth wide enough to actually bite. Yeah, hair under a glass, that works as well. Yeah, I think I've heard of that house, Aaron. But, yeah. Yeah, when you're scared you've not been in the situation. As I say, my first experience, I was probably about 5 or 6, and it was my great-grandma. So that didn't scare me. And he's just a pansy. Oh, bless you. Good job you're not accident-prone like me, then. I'm guessing you're not the type to go, oh, bugger, I can see my knuckle. Oh, I'll best get some super glue on that. Or my finger's not supposed to point in that direction. Crack, crack. Yeah, that's better. And no, Lisa, I'm not suggesting you have hairy arms, but that is what guppies and platies are doing. Bear in mind how small the food is they normally eat, the microorganisms and stuff in a tank. You can see very fine hair. On me, I'm just a Wookiee. Yeah, just the way it is. Did I say last week about one of my local fish shops is now selling Wells catfish, which is a really bad idea because they make red tails look small. I don't mess about with things. I just acknowledge it's there. Oh yeah, that one. Yeah, mine was most haunted. What would your private parts be if they were named after the last TV show? Yeah, mine would be most haunted. Yes, Marriott. Wells catfish. They look lovely and cute, and he's got them there like 4 inches long, and they look adorable. But you need a license to keep them, And you also need a very large lake because those things can grow to 10 foot long and weigh 300 plus pound. Notice how I'm surrounded by water. Yeah, true. That's more by luck than judgment, though. Oh, yeah, Pontefract, yes. Black Monk, yeah, I know the place. Well, I've heard of it, let's say. I've not been there. I'm only surrounded by water because I figured for a fishy live stream, the best backdrop is fish tanks. So the people are surrounded by, yeah. I think the only one who's not a fish keeper is Aaron. So. Hey, it's the UK, so the last couple of weeks we've been surrounded by water all the time anyway, because it's just been pouring out of the sky. Hello, Jennifer. Nice to wear a large fish tank. Oh, I had a cocktail. Oh, cocktail ended up in the fish tank. Yes, they will do that. They're not the brightest of creatures. Yeah, we're made of water. Let's go noodling for more rays. Oh, gold. When the eel's multicolored and bites off your hand, it's amore. Yes. Yeah, if anyone looks up Wells catfish, I mean, I don't know why anyone would want one as a pet. You know, pontoon boats, not really. We have canal boats, and we have the little cruisers on the Broads, but not too much. Most of our waterways aren't really big enough for boats. I mean, the river in my town, the river, you can step across. When you go 20 miles down the road and it's a proper river, by UK standards anyway. It's about 30 foot wide and about 5 foot deep. Yeah, so yeah, most rivers you can step across. Yeah, and they're all owned by someone as well. If it's not private, it's by the Queen. Yeah. Punch a swan. Yeah, been there, done that. Luckily, I came out on top of that encounter. Yeah, and yeah, best not go into that animal cruelty and all that stuff. What they're supposed to do, let it attack you? No. Yeah, exactly. No bite. Wings have got a hell of a swack on them. I mean, bloody Canada geese are bad enough, and swans are twice the size. Yeah, no, there weren't any police around, but pardon me. It's yeah, it's just. I think, to be honest, I think the swan was just more surprised that someone actually fought back and didn't just run away. So he was like, "What? Oh, okay, bye." But then I'll say that when I was fishing every week, twice a week, or once a week, yeah, the local lake the Canada geese were basically friends. They knew me, they knew I weren't going to hurt them. I'd give them a bit of food. So they'd be all trundling around the lake because they only come over here to have their young and then they bugger off back again to Iceland. So why we call them Canada geese, I don't know. Yeah, so they come over here, have their babies and raise them. So yeah, you can't blame them for being a bit more aggressive. But yeah, they got to know me and recognize me. So when the lake got a bit busy, crowded, lots of people around, I'd just come and chill by me. Like, oh, great, there's all these people around. Let's go hang out with Sharpe. He'll leave us be. He'll chuck us a bit of sweet corn. Oh, God. Your version of Windows 10 has reached the end of service. Go away. Yeah, I used to enjoy fishing. And then, it's like most of these things, you do it often enough, and it's like, yeah, I know how to do all this now. I know how to catch the various different species of fish that are in all the local lakes. I've caught the big ones. And then just you get sick of being rained on or frozen or baked. It's the one hobby where you can go out one day and get frostbite, and the next time you go, you can get sunburn. It's drifting in a boat with rod holders. Yeah, so fishing in the UK is completely different to fishing in the States or Canada. There's a whole different way of doing things. A lot more delicacy and finesse. Mainly smaller fish as well, I think. And most of the time we're not fishing for the predators, so it's a case of putting out some ground bait and some loose feed and sitting and watching a float or a quiver tip. 12 to 14 foot rods, or if you're using a pole, up to 40 feet. I mean, generally the max breaking strain line I ever used was 5 pound. Big hook is a size 12. Family of fishers and I've never been. Yeah. Ghost carp. Yeah, ghosties. They're cool. And I caught koi. Yeah, it's weird. And goldfish. And golden and blue wharf. None of which are native to our waters. Yes, people buy fish, dump them in the lake. When they do it with tropicals, it's not a problem because they might make it through the summer, but then they die as soon as winter gets here. But yeah, the goldfish and the koi and the wharf, they survive in our waters. So yeah, and the goldfish then interbreed with the carp. So I've also caught fan-tailed common carp, which is kind of weird, catching a carp that doesn't fight. I thought it was a big bream or something, and I was just reeling it straight, reeling it in, but it's not fighting. And you realise it's because all its fins are about 5 times the size they're supposed to be. Yeah, I think it was about the koi were. I think the koi was £13 4 ounces. 37 £per carp. Yeah, mud shark. I call the other one for carp is lake pig. And carp fishing is a huge thing over here. And they really overcomplicate it, and you have to have some rigs and set up some baits, and well, no, you don't. Carp will eat anything. The biggest carp I caught was, I'll say, £23, but it was the biggest fish in the lake. and I caught it on a single grain of sweet corn about 6 inches out from the bank. No need to cast 100 yards and use a radio controlled boat to dump your bait in the right place. Just sit there quiet and they'll feed right down. Yeah, grass carp are invasive. I mean, they do okay in the UK, but they get out-competed by the common carp. Plus, we tend to have perch and pike in the lakes, so they keep the numbers down as well. Yeah, little fishes are better. I mean, the English perch is a stunning fish, as is the tench. The grayling is absolutely beautiful. There's a reason they call it the princess of the streams. I mean, the perch is basically, if you imagine a ram with massive scissor jaws and the attitude of a massive cichlid in a small fish, that's pretty much what you get. Hoping more pike muskies. We don't have muskies, and generally, I say this is all catch and release. So, yeah, my local lake has no carp in it whatsoever, or no pike. There's hundreds of carp, no pike, just perch, and there is one Wells in there, which has been caught a couple of times. But that is purely there just to clear up muck. And there are also eels, which will eat fish as well. Yeah, the trick is to eat them when they're small, which is what the perch do brilliantly. You see a big shoal of perch going after a shoal of fry. There ain't many fry left after those perch have been through it. And yeah, pike are nasty. I mean, I've never been bitten by a pike. I've caught a couple completely by accident, reeling in another small fish, and then the pike grabs it, kind of job. It's always a bit of a heart-stopping moment. Yeah, reeling in. Little fish. Wallop! Oh, Jesus Christ, what's that? So when it comes to the predators, so we've got the pike, Esox lucius, and we have the zander, which I think is called a walleye in the States. It's Stitzostedion lucia perca. Yeah, I mean, that's one of the things I hate. One reason I don't watch American fishing videos, they catch a big predator, drag it out of the water up onto the bank. No landing nets, nothing like that. No worrying about the fish's safety. Whatever, blah, blah, blah. Yank the hook out, hang it up by its jaw on a scale, which is illegal in the UK, and using barbed hooks. And then they put it back in. That fish is going to die. Congratulations, you just took out the apex predator in that water system. And in a few years' time, you're going to be moaning that all the fish are really small. You know, Lisa's sending me pickies of ghosties. Let's have a look, see. If I can find my phone, where'd I leave it? Oh, there they are. Let's see. Oh, God, I've got loads of messages. Yeah, it looks like a ghosty. Yeah, I'd go with ghosty on that. Might have a bit of koi in it, but mostly ghost. So nano fish are cute, and you can have smaller tanks, or if you have a bigger tank, you can have loads of them. They tend to be friendly as well, and not exactly aggressive to all their other fishy friends, which is always good. As fish get bigger, it's harder and harder to keep them together. So I haven't been fishing for quite a few years now, so I forget what the various records are in the UK. Because I was fishing 6 in the kayak. Yeah, I could quite. Well, I say I could quite happily do that. You wouldn't get me in the water. Yeah, we can go to Big Rich by Ohio Fish Rescue. Yeah, yeah, just absolute monsters. But then, they're not for me. But it's great that Big Rich does what he does because those fish need a home. And it's great when he can then rehome them to places like zoos and aquaria, public aquariums and things. So about the only places that can take things that size. I mean, the LFS I went to today has got red-tailed cats in there. But what they've done is they've not bought teeny tiny little red-tailed cats, which people then go, oh, isn't that cute, and buy it, or want to buy it. They put in ones that are 2 foot long, big old looking fish, which, people who can and can look after a red-tailed cat, they'll buy one. People who can't, won't. Yeah, this is it. I mean, there's one not too far from me, Hunstanton Sea Life Centre, which I really suppose I should go and visit at some point. But when it reopens, anyway. But yeah, I mean, there's not really anything other than that, and that's right up and again, English distance is not American distance. It's right up on the Norfolk coast, so it's like an hour away. Oh well, if you've got hippos, there is nothing much funnier than a hippo taking a poop. Infusoria hasn't gone clear. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. I've never done Infusoria myself, Lisa. Are we talking just water with some potato in it? Potato peelings is normally what people do. Hello, Nola Jane. Little kitty poking out the box again. For a really wriggly, actively swimming now. Cool. Another thing you can do is hippos waggle their tails back and forward, so they make really loud farty sounds. So it sprays and there's a big loud farty sound, which is always funny. Another thing you can do is green water. So basically just get some water and leave it in the sun. It'll go green. And you pop a bit of that in, and the fry will eat because it's just algae, single-celled algae, the fry will eat that as well. I'll say if they're surface feeding you, what we got here? We got, let's say, Tetramin, which does come from Pets at Home. And I've got Liquifry number 3, which is basically just powdered. They're both literally just powdered flake, and Hikari First Bites, which is powdered Hikari micro pellets. Yeah, weird that. The other one, if you've not seen it, Anthony, sea cucumber pooping is awesome. And that would be the main reason I would go salt. would be to have sea cucumbers. I mean, they come in several colours. I'd have to go for one of the pink ones. Then it just looks like a large penis crawling around the tank and pooping out big tubes of sand. Basically, the sand goes in one end, they digest anything edible, and then all the sand comes back out the other end. So, yeah. So they do need a mature tank, obviously, with plenty of microscopic life living in the sand. Oh, bless you. Tetramin, yeah. Where is it? Should be around here somewhere, unless I've used it all. Oh, God. Really bad glare and stuff. But yeah. Tetramin, baby. Stay. It's also good for just feeding small fish. So if I went to the beach, they would roll me back into the sea. Greenpeace would think a whale had landed. Dog's legs. Yeah. Urchins pooping is a bit weird. Yeah, a lot of sea creatures pooping is strange. It's amazing how everything just evolved slightly differently. And it all does the same thing. And that's why we still find farts and stuff funny. It's because it's a basic, gross kind of thing. Yeah, that's little Pippa next door. She's a Lazarapso and everybody's friend. Well, everybody is her friend, whether they like it or not. Yeah, so we like to think we've evolved into these wonderful things capable of such creation and scientific thought and expression, and then yes, probably longer than that for me being on a beach, because I just find sandy beaches boring as hell. I mean, if it was black sand, then I could take a gold pan and pan for gold. That might be a bit more interesting. Beach plans this Saturday. Oh, thank you, Anthony. Yeah, so you got the California beach. I've got the Norfolk beaches, so it's North Sea. So it's either cold, I mean, just on the beach, or it's boiling hot on the beach, and the water is icy cold and brown or brownish green. And yeah, if you go, you have to kind of like dodge the floaters, as it were. It's not as bad as it used to be. Yeah, I remember that from my childhood. Careful when you're paddling. Don't pick up any sticks. Yeah. That was when we still like flushed our sewage into the sea. Now we treat it. Yeah. Grim. Yeah. I don't recall the last time I actually went to the beach. Well, me, Mary, and Nadine went to the seaside. We literally just walked along the top of the beach and then came back. Yeah, exactly. Not going in that. Yeah, I don't blame you. I mean, you're not going to step on a stonefish or encounter a lionfish. The worst you're going to step on is a cod. Maybe a conger eel. Yeah, if Pippa sees someone that might be her friend and might want to fuss her, she lets them know. Oh, doggo photo coming. Yeah, I'll say I just don't go in water anyway. Step on a sting. Yeah, exactly. This is, people moan about the, the British weather. Oh, it's just cold and grey and wet and miserable. Yeah, but generally, the venomous, toxic, and poisonous animals don't really do very well in grey and cold and wet and miserable conditions. The most dangerous creatures we have are the wasp, the adder, and again, they're only really dangerous if you're allergic to them. And in the seas off our coasts, a conger eel isn't going to bite you. Jellyfish sting ain't too bad. Thresher sharks aren't dangerous. Maybe a blue shark. Yeah. Steve Owen managed to get stung in the heart, which is kind of a bit more fatal than stepping on a stingray. I mean, it's still bloody hurt. Because that's another thing they had in the shop I was at today. They got stingrays in. Black diamond, I think it said. They're £1,000 each, basically. So, yeah, I'm not buying one of them. Yeah, that was a big old one that got hit. I mean, it's got to be a serious to punch straight through your sternum with its stinger. And did you see the episode of River Monsters? Jeremy Wade was it Thailand? Vietnam? Somewhere over there. And he was fishing in the rivers for the giant stingrays. Oh my God. Yeah, he thought he was reeling it in. He wasn't. He was actually just reeling the boat towards the fish. It was when he realised the boat was moving and the fish wasn't. Yeah, I said, well, you're still with us, so it couldn't have been that big, or it had already stung someone that day. Yeah, I say most of the river monsters are now on YouTube as well, on the channel River Monsters. I think Jeremy Wade actually kept some of the rights for that. I think he was a bit clever with that one. Kind of like George Lucas kept the merchandising rights for Star Wars, and that's what made him all the money. Or either that, or they've passed some kind of limit on how long their private property, as it were, so he can then upload them himself. Yeah. And there was some on there where you look at it. I mean, there was one where I forget the episode where it was, but it's sort of like going through what was happening and showing these wounds on the people that have been bitten. And I'm going, that's a puffer fish. They're getting bitten by puffers. Yeah, there were puffer fish in the lake. People were getting too close, or like stepping on, or getting in the way, and the puffer's just defending itself, as you would. If the only way you have of defending yourself is to bite something, you bite it. It's really not that hard to understand. Yeah, I mean, foot got infected, which is always. I mean, I would hate to injure myself in the North Sea. I don't want to know what kind of infections you get from that. Oh, it'd be nasty. Probably some kind of fecal infection in your foot. Oh. Yeah, wouldn't be good. So yeah, I haven't got gills or fins, so I stay out of the water. That's my thinking anyway. If I was evolved to live in the water, then I would evolved. Probably pick up a few weird things in the Irish Sea. Yeah. And that is the North Atlantic, so it's probably cleaner than the North Sea. Oh, where is it? That? Yeah, no, the Thames is actually really clean these days. And then, but the salmon are coming back into the Thames. That kind of thing's going on now, and you don't get salmon in a dirty river. We all know of the River Thames from where it is in London and down towards the estuary at Southend. But you go further west, it's actually a really, really lovely river. The whale that got stuck there. I mean, a few years ago, we had a bunch of sperm whales decided to strand themselves on the Norfolk coast. Basically, they got into the North Sea and it's not deep enough for them to feed. So they basically starved. They couldn't figure out how to get out of the North Sea. With all the shipping in there, their kind of sonar doesn't work very well. All the extra noise. So, there was a pod of sperm whales basically all starved to death and beached themselves. So, the North Sea isn't very deep. You don't want to fall in and find yourself at the bottom, but compared to like the Atlantic or the Pacific or whatever, it's a young and fairly shallow sea with a lot of water rushing through it. So it's one of the roughest seas on the planet. Yeah, walrus. Yeah, I'll say there's all sorts of weird things happen. There's plenty of green turtles in the Irish Sea as well. There's even the occasional white shark spotted off the Cornwall coast. You still good to see you still there, Mara? Yeah. Quite what a walrus would be doing over here, I don't know, but again, probably got lost. Oh, yeah, excuse me. Yes, again, Sharpe drinks a large can of Red Bull and starts yawning. Ooh, pardon me. That was a bit of a wet burp. Speaking of wet, I've got to go for a whittle. I'll be back in a minute. If I can stand up. Yeah, sharks in Norway. Yeah, it's probably going to be threshers, blues, and taupe and things like that. Back. I are back. Yeah, so Norwegian sharks, probably the same ones we have, as it's the same sea. Well, you might get the occasional Greenland. Don't worry, I will remember to flush later. Just figure you don't really want to hear the sound of a toilet flushing basically directly overhead. That's like, the thing is, the most dangerous shark, as it were, is the bull shark. It's not the white. Oh dear, even I don't manage that one. I mean, I've stepped on them, accidentally stuck one in my eye, stabbed myself several times with them, but I never got a splinter off of one. So congratulations. And I've obviously accidentally super glued them to my fingers as well. Yeah, killer whales or orcas. Yeah. So I think there was a pod off Scotland last year. Chewy was saying about that, which is cool. That wouldn't surprise me, the amount of seals that are in the North Sea. Again, the seal breeding colony is, I say, not in American terms, not too far from me. You can go up the beach and watch the seals and their babies. And every year, someone gets arrested and put in jail for doing something dumb. Last year's was someone decided it'd be funny to go and punch a seal and video it. Yeah, they got caught. That was one of my old jokes, actually. People go, oh, what are you doing at the weekend? I go, oh, I'm going clubbing. I go, oh, really? Yeah, seal clubbing. Yeah, some people didn't get that joke or took it seriously. Not really. Well, I've never eaten seal, but I can't imagine it tastes too great. I've never eaten puffin, but apparently people in different countries eat that. That'd be Marriott side of the North Sea, I think. People eat puffin sometimes. And did you know that a baby puffin is called a puffling? Yes, random factoid. Frateris articulata? Something like that, anyway. Arctic brother. Yeah, they're cool little birdies. Where was I? Before I completely lost my train of thought, we were talking about whales and sharks and floating logs in the North Sea, and yeah, I've completely lost train of thought now. It was a good wee. Yeah. If it's brown, flush it down. If it's yellow, let it mellow. Forget where I heard that saying. It makes sense. Especially if you have a really good pee, you can leave it. Yeah. And so again, killer whales. Big apex predator. Not dangerous to humans. Generally. I wouldn't want to upset one, or be in the water with them if the water was cloudy, because accidents do happen, which is the majority of shark attacks. Told not to flush penis. Yeah, exactly. Somewhere with a water shortage. I mean, thankfully, Anglian water is, I say Anglian water, because we are in a particularly dry area of the country. They're really good at fixing leaks and recycling and, well, I say recycling, recirculating the water and filtering it and cleaning it and what have you. So it's not too bad. We don't get that far usually. We do get the hose pipe bans. We had one of those last year. We haven't had one yet this year, but then I think this is the first hot day of the year, really. So it's not a surprise. I mean, if lockdown had been this year instead of last year, there'd have been a lot more trouble. Because last year, spring and early summer were really nice and warm and sunny and dry. Well, for most people, I didn't enjoy it. But this year has been cold and wet and miserable, which I prefer. But yeah, I mean, lockdown, people could like go out in their garden and sit out the front and chat to people and that kind of stuff. This year, people weren't going to be sitting outside. Well, I think it's only me that's had the door open all the time. Oh yeah, the Aurora Borealis. Trying to think. I was like, yeah, possibly. I don't know if it's quite far north enough. I know I've seen it down here once or twice. Basically, when there's been a big sunstorm, you can just about make it out. Yeah, you really got to go either really far north or really far south. If you have to get far enough south, you're on a boat. Yeah, all the solar radiation hitting the upper atmosphere, and basically like the cloud chamber experiment you did at school, the radioactive source and the dry ice. It's pretty much just a big version of that. Something to do with it being clear for once, yeah. For once, no clouds. And then the other problem is light pollution. Yeah, far north of Scotland, you can see it. If the weather's right and there's a solar storm going on. Well, obviously, the further north you go, the more you see of it. Northern Norway and Sweden, you see it most of the time, I think. But yeah, it's something that's very pretty and very cool, and a bit spooky to watch as well. I mean, I enjoy it when I can stick my head outside and watch a meteor shower going on. And you think how far those rocks have come and how old they are. And you're just hoping and praying nothing really big comes. Oh dear, excuse me. Yeah. Can you tell I didn't get much sleep last night? I even took a sleeping tablet as well. Hi Chris, how are you, buddy? Fist bump. Yeah, but do you wish upon the shooting star? I don't. It's just like, oh yeah, cool. There's a bit of space rock flying through the atmosphere. Wonder where it's going to land. Usually in the sea, or it burns up before it lands. It's, again, meteorites are a fascinating thing. What was the program? Meteorite Men. It wasn't the greatest of programs, to be honest, but wow, I can make a young'un smile. Jeez. He must have a weird sense of humour. Chicken wishbone on a Sunday. Can't remember the last time I had chicken on a Sunday. many, many moons ago that I last had a roast dinner on a Sunday. Now, what have I had this Sunday? Sausage, egg and bacon sandwich. A cream scone and a custard slice. So my belly's grumbling. So I'm going to have to eat something else in a bit. Got a very nice looking pork pie in the fridge. Oh, did I get any chocolate or biscuits or crisps? Bugger, I didn't. It's too hot now for a Sunday roast. Actually, I think the last time I had a roast dinner was a microwaved roast dinner. So I'll do pork. It'll be pork pie with English Coleman's mustard. Nom 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 nom. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go shopping tomorrow because I haven't even got any cheese. Which is, I think I've got a tiny little bit of cheese left. Yeah, pork pie and mustard. That sounds a plan. Although it's not that big a pork pie, so I might need to find something else to eat as well. Cheeseburger with garlic, spring onion, lettuce, tomato, and mayo on a muffin. Well, you were doing well until you mentioned the T word. Woo! Need a big shop too. No pizza in the fridge. That's a tragedy. Oh my god. Yeah. Generally, the only pizza I get are the microwavable ones, but the little sort of Chicago town type microwavable ones. You just microwave both of them, stick them on top of each other, and eat it like a sandwich. Or is that just me? It's a bit messy, but does the trick. Yeah. Never put tomato on a how to murder a burger. Actually, I could murder a burger. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go shopping tomorrow. Yeah. Garlic sauce. Oh yeah. Nom nom nom. Yeah. I'm using my power of psychic awareness. I'm seeing garlic bread and burgers in my not too distant future. Cheesy top baps, and depends how flush I'm feeling. Might go with Stilton. Other than that, it'd be cheddar. Yeah, crisp butties, awesome things. Bread, butter. Favourite flavour of crisps. Cheese and onion is normally a good one. Or roast beef. Salt and vinegar is a bit. Yeah, pot noodle butties. Well, Graham did a video all about pot noodle butties. I just not a fan of pot noodles, or as I call them, not poodles. And pot noodle, if you ever want to use that as a marketing slogan, because you do the weird ones, I'm copywriting not poodle. In case you decide to do a promotion where you change the flavour of the beef and tomato one. Why can't it just be beef? I find with pot noodle, again, it's probably sense of smell, none. Sense of taste, minimal. It just tastes really chemically to me. The not Branston, Bachelor's big pots, the pasta and sauce ones. So you get the macaroni cheese and chive, or chicken and mushroom flavour ones. They're pretty nice. I do enjoy those. But yeah, I tend to avoid the not poodles. Although the what are they called? The sober ones are pretty nice. Generally, the actual Japanese made one. Yeah, the Japanese instant noodles are pretty good, but yeah, I'm not a fan of pot noodle. I have one every once in a while, and then I remember what they taste like. Yeah, the cheese ham and leek one's good. Literally, it's basically like a pot noodle. Fill it with water to the fill line. Give it a stir. Wait a couple of minutes. Give it another stir. Wait another couple of minutes for it to cool down enough that it doesn't fray your mouth. And then munch. Oh, phenomenal. I don't even think I've got any of them at the moment. I do have some dry noodles. I could make noodles and gravy, because that works quite well. But that takes too much cooking this time of a Sunday night. Might get as far as a microwave lasagna, but I doubt it. It's just going to be whatever I can drag out of the fridge and devour. Yeah, I mean, thanks the dollar. Yeah. Always fun when the exchange rates go a bit skew with, especially when it happens in our favour. Because I remember when it was about $2.20 something to the pound or more. When it was about, I think at one point it was nearly €2 to the pound as well. Shows how our economy's tanked over the years. Yeah, I think we're going to find out just why it was that fairly shortly. I mean, in the next few years, there'll be a whole lot come out about what he did or didn't do, and whether it was legal or not. Oh. Enjoy your wee, Lisa. Thank you for turning up. Have a good week and stay safe. Oh, yeah, some whippy tails. Oh, does that mean you're off to the fish store again? What's that flashing? That is, the sun has moved around and is now where the breeze is moving the shrub in my back garden. That is just the light coming through the tree, as it were. I think rather than impeaching, I think they've been holding it back to actually get him in jail, personally. That's my theory on the matter. Oh. Yeah, the pipeline opened. But yeah, that was Trump opening that or doing that. Oh, got new shipment coming in. Oh, something tells me Marritt's going to be on the phone to the pet shop, fish shop, whichever you want to call it. Please tell me you got some whiptails in. Yes. All right, hold on, I'm coming. That's basically going to be me looking for a long-fin super red bristlenose. Yeah, that's the wrong kind of change in light. I swear one of these days there's going to be a dark shadow leans in from that side. It just leans out again at some point in the stream. The shadow wondering what the heck's going on. You're going to go at one. Yeah, you're going to want all of them. You'll never have enough whips, Marritt. And yes, that was meant to sound the way it did. Yes. Yes. More whips than Christian Grey. Yeah. I've not watched the movie or read the books. Thank you very much for the thumbs ups. It is that time for me to disappear and find something to eat. You can well try. Exactly. Anyway, yeah, it is only 8 p.m, but it is time for me to go. I've done 2 hours. Somehow I've waffled for 2 hours again. Nah, 6 till 8, Aaron. Because Muggins needs something to eat before Muggins collapses in a heap or his belly starts rumbling audibly. I mean, it's one thing burping and farting, but stomach rumbles, just you don't want to hear that because it starts getting like a whale song. Anyway, thanks everyone for turning up and hitting the like buttons and chatting and hopefully having some fun. Everyone stay safe, well, happy, healthy, hail, party, have fun. Peace out. Rock on. See you next week. Bye bye. Sunday shop do 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 do. Sunday shop do 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 do. Sunday shop do 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 do. Sunday shop.